I'm back. I am back. And hopefully it doesn't continue to reconnect. That's what was happening earlier. And my phone was getting hot and it's still, and I may not be able to stay on too long, guys. I'm sorry to say, but just may not be able to do it. Um, yeah, my phone is kind of getting hot. So, what I want to say and what I'm going to say is please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and hit the notification bell. I also want to mention about Patreon. We have a Patreon event live coming up towards the end of August. We have several Eventbrite events with crystalline soul healing. If you want to check out what that is, you can watch the video that's on the channel under live, which is Lionsgate 888. And we did a crystalline soul healing session in that live with a meditation and with some light language. It was really powerful. Me and Luna did that one, and I know there's a full moon coming, and we'll probably be doing a live for that as well. Um, I'm pretty sure I wrote down the date. I will have to talk with her about it, and I'm sure that we'll be doing that. And but again, if you want to experience crystalline soul healing, check out the Lionsgate 888 video under lives. We did it on Thursday of this past week. And we also have a bunch of channeling the lights with higher dimensional beings that we did the past 3 Tuesdays, and we have another one coming this Tuesday. So be sure to bring your questions. We channel the Galactic Federation of Light. We channel um, Oracle, and we also channel the Divine Council of Nine and the Divine Council, or the Council, excuse me. There's so many different ones I listened to, which this past Tuesday it was really in questions. Um, the more we will jump right in and just start channeling. But for right now, we're gonna kind of go with the flow, and we have a little bit of a, you know, process that we're doing. Pulling some oracle cards, talking a little bit, engaging with everyone, answering questions. Just having fun, following the light and the energy, and just having fun. And bringing messages to everyone. Again, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, share, comment. I appreciate all of you who show up either during this live or watching the replay. And what I was talking about before the video was disconnecting, it was about like breathing and the present moment and the here and now and focusing on your heart and focusing on your breathing. And the more you do that, the more you're retraining your brain and your neural pathways to stay in the present moment. Again, if you have been so used to being in the future and the past all the time, then that's what you're going to be in, and your mind is going to keep going with running with thoughts and all this kind of stuff. You're not going to be in the present moment. So it takes practice to bring yourself back to the present moment. And you're going to have moments where your mind goes into the future and then you bring it back. Go right to your breath. Goes into the future or the past. Bring it back to the breath. And keep repeating it. And it doesn't take that long. Eventually, I mean, the brain is elastic, like rubbery, it expands and whatnot. And so you keep being disciplined, and every time that you find yourself going into the future or jumping into the future or you know focusing on something in the future, count also, 1, 2, 3, breathe in, count. I can't do it at the same time as I'm trying to show you, but just breathe in, counting to 3 in your mind, and then hold your breath, and then breathe out, counting to the future. Every time you notice yourself going into the future, you every time you notice yourself going into the future, you focus on the it, you will be in the present moment. You won't be thinking about the future. But then the more you start to train yourself again, going into the future, going into the past, you got to retrain yourself. You got to snap it back like a rubber band, like you pull the rubber band and it snaps back. It's like the same thing. You have to continue to practice. Like, okay, I'm doing it again. Find peace. You will find stillness. You will find being in the present moment, the here and now. That's where all the peace is, in the present moment. Not when you're trying to figure everything out, trying to understand everything, trying to be in the future and the past. There's no peace there. There's no calmness there. There's no stillness there. It's just chaos. To the breath, come to the breath. Tries to wander into the future or the past, come back to the breath. It will bring you in the present moment. That's all that freaking matters. Nothing this other stuff matters. The future is the present. The past is the present. And as a human, the future hasn't happened yet, but it already did. It's very, I'm not going to get into that on this live, but, you know, if like, for example, you have an interview to go to tomorrow, right? And you're going to meet someone for whatever. Maybe you're starting some kind of co-creation and you're meeting with someone, or maybe you are doing an interview on a podcast or something and you're nervous about it. And all you're thinking about is that podcast that, all you're thinking about is that, you know, that interview that you're going to be doing on some podcast, that's in 3 weeks from now. The more and more you continue to do that, the more and more you're training your brain to be that far in the future. You're training your brain to be in the future. You're not present, you're not here and now. But the more and more, the moment you see yourself or notice yourself doing that, you come back to the breath. You come back to the present moment. Look around, look at the birds, go in nature, breathe while you're in nature. Focus on your breath. Pay attention to that you're breathing. That will, in fact, bring you in the present moment. It will recondition your mind, your nervous system, your brain to be present. And also a good practice to do is putting your hand on your heart, and that also will um, remind you that you're breathing. Because, like I said, most of society doesn't even pay attention or realize they are even breathing. Hence, why there's so many reactive interactions that people just react to and aren't really conscious and present of it. So the more you can put your hand on your heart, it will force you to go inward, force you to focus on your breath, force you to be present in the moment, in the here and now, no matter what is happening, no matter what you're doing. Focus on your breath. Put your hand on your heart. It works, I promise you, but it takes time. It takes practice. It doesn't happen overnight. You can say it does, you can believe it does, and the more you believe it, the more it will. But I would definitely practice. I would definitely focus on it. Pay attention to your breathing. Because as I said, when we drive, we go into these hypnotic states. When you're watching a TV or playing video games, or even a lot of times when you're having a conversation, you're not really present to that conversation. Intimacy, all of it. You're not present to whatever it is, that relationship, that game that you're playing, that job that you're at, that book that you're reading, every single thing. We're not present and in the here and now. We're in the future or the past. Majority of the time, most people aren't even paying attention to what you're saying. They're in their own head, focusing on what they have to do tomorrow or in an hour or 2 hours from now. And you can always tell when that's the case, because a lot of times when you're having a conversation with someone and if they aren't present, it almost seems like you're talking to, like, the person's not even there, like you're talking to a wall or something, type of thing. It doesn't feel like they're actually present to you and your conversation. And a lot of times most people are just waiting for you to stop talking so that they can just start. And so they're not even really listening, even really present to what you're saying. So I can tell you right now, from my own experiences, from years of experience, from training myself to be in the future all the time, I now I'm so cognizant of my breath, of the present moment. If I notice I'm projecting into the future, like far into the future, I reel myself in, you know, and again, there's times I'm having a conversation, I'm not in my heart, I'm not focused on my breath. I mean, we're human, we're living a human experience. Those are the times that you want to be practicing it, because those are the times that it's more challenging. And when it's more challenging, there's a good chance that it's going to help you to um, it's going to be more difficult, so um, it's going to strengthen you more when versus when you're in the present moment and there's no thoughts going by and kind of thing like that, and then you're doing it anyway, which is good too. um, is triggering you, or and you feel like you're rattled, those are the best times to be doing it. But then the even better time is when you're completely calm and centered and relaxed, because then you're kind of preparing for those chaotic times and those chaotic moments. And when you're having more difficulty being present because your mind is all over the place and is in the future and is in the past and it's racing, and maybe there's like some kind of situation that you're going through that's like playing like a broken record, you know, those are the times when it's vital and it's important to really, really focus on your breath, put your hand on your heart, and just breathe. And even just going in nature and sitting in a park and um, and practicing, and just excuse me, excuse me, just when you're sitting in a park and just watching the birds and the, you know, just listening to the leaves blow in the wind and looking around, and those at those times, such a, maybe you work at a supermarket or something and you ring up people in the register and you have a huge long line. What a perfect time to focus on your breath while you're doing the job, because you're not going to be in the past, you're not going to be in the future, you're going to be present with the people that are coming through your register, and you won't be reactive, you'll be much more calm, you'll be much more peaceful, you'll be more centered, and you'll probably enjoy it more, you know. uh, you'll I wouldn't even say probably, most definitely, most likely you will enjoy it more. So I would totally recommend, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're boarding a plane, if you're driving a long distance in a car, whatever the case may be, um, I really truly believe that you focusing on your breath, you will see changes in your life in just a day, in 2 days, in a week, how your life transforms, how much more calm you are, how much more relaxed you are, how much more centered you are. Um, and you'll see how things will become better with other people around you. When you're so tightly wound and you're reacting and you're, you know, in the past and the future all the time, um, it's definitely not, um, people notice it, people feel it, people react back towards you, and it's just a reminder, oh wait, maybe I'm not centered, maybe I'm not grounded, maybe I'm not at peace, because the look at the people in the outer world, how they're reacting. You know, it's like, Like I said, I would just go on my walks and I would, focus on my breath. I would breathe. And as I said, the more and more you do it, the more and more present you become, the more and more calm you become, the more less reactive, and the more that you're able to navigate the things happening in the external world. Again, all of the things happening are happening for you and by you so that you can realize, oh, wait, maybe I'm not grounded. Maybe I'm not centered. Maybe I'm not in the present moment. Maybe I need to be more centered and present and breathe. And then your situations and experiences around you will shift, will change. Things will be much more calmer. Things will be much more relaxed, no matter what is going on. And I don't mean like these big events that are happening, because a lot of them are not happening in your like immediate circle. Not to say they're not either, because I'm not going to say that I don't know your situation. I don't know what you're going through. Everyone is going through different things, but the most important thing is, being present in the conversation here, because I feel like this is a great place to, so you can go and you can practice being present with your breath, putting your hand on your heart and breathing, and just see how it helps you in your own life, and if you haven't already, check out all the um, social media platforms. The links are all in the description: Patreon, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Everything is in the description. We have 3 Eventbrite um, events coming up in this month. We have a Patreon event live coming up this month. We have Channeling the Light here on YouTube. That has been over a 2-hour event with me, Emily, and Luna. So check that out as well. There's 3 episodes. Share it out. I would greatly appreciate it. I hope that this helps you on your own journey to recondition your own mind to be more present in the here and now, and just trust the process, man, because it's unfolding perfectly. And yeah, I mean, my biggest tip in this Sunday sermon today, and this is part 2, is retraining your mind to be present, to be here and now. It is such a better place to be than constantly in the future and the past. And your mind is literally running your life versus you in control of that. And you have the ability to do that. Just every time you find yourself going into the future, not present, focus on the breath. It will literally change your life. I promise you that. And I've been there. It's changed my life. I'm a big advocate for the breath and breath work. And there will be breath work classes and whatnot coming on this that we're going to be offering very soon, me and Luna. So stay tuned for that as well, uh, in person and online. We're going to have in-person retreats. We're going to have online events, in-person events all around the world. So stay tuned. Just trust the process. Trust yourself. You're being led and you're being guided perfectly. Everything is perfectly perfect. And it is so perfectly divinely orchestrated. And it's beyond what we could even conceptualize with our minds. Just continue to trust the process, man. Focus on your breath. Put your hand on your heart. When you find yourself in the future, in the past, when you find your mind racing and going places, focus on your breath. It will take you back to the present moment where none of that exists. But peace, love, unconditional love, compassion all live in the heart center, the heart space. So thank you again. This is part 2. If you want to see part 1 of the Sunday sermon, it's going to be on the channel. I think it's processing right now, so you can go back and watch it. This is kind of a continuation of it. I will definitely be doing more videos on this kind of stuff because I feel like we need it at this time. Um, and we're becoming self-realized. We're realizing the truth of who we are and the power we actually do have, and we can change our lives, and you can too. And yeah, It's a beautiful day. Get out in nature and practice being with your breath. Practice being in your heart. Practice being present in the here and now. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, and comment. I appreciate. I hope that change your own life, and your life moving with ease and grace, effortlessly, but it takes practice. I mean, like I said, most of us have been in fight or flight. Most of us have been stressed out. Our nervous systems are ravaged, and you need to do things to bring it back to a calm and centered state. And one of those things is the breath. The hidden gem, the golden ticket is the breath. I promise you that, man. And it's so crazy that we're not taught this in schools, and in general, it's not really even looked upon. And yet, breath is so powerful. When I mean powerful, it is powerful. So I love you all, man. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for showing up for the Sunday sermon. I love you all. We'll have another topic next Sunday, maybe the same one, and we'll continue on with it. We'll see what comes through. We'll see what my guides want me to bring forward, what the collective needs at the time. Join us on Tuesday for Channeling the Light. Bring your questions. I probably will be live again before then. Just bring your questions. You get to ask these higher dimensional beings questions, maybe of yourself or someone else or the collective, whatever you feel called. Bring them, join the fun with us. It's a lot of fun. It's over 2 hours. We pull oracle cards, we channel higher dimensional beings. It's a beautiful time. Tuesday, 7 a.m. Pacific, this Tuesday, and the next 2 Tuesdays, Luna and Emily. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the videos so you get notified about the event on Tuesday and many other events we're going to have on YouTube and all and many other social media platforms. I love you all, man. And I'm so grateful to be doing this with Luna and walking this journey with Luna. And she is such a beautiful soul, and I am truly grateful to be on this journey with Luna. I love you all. Take care of yourselves, and she'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if she's going to be going live or any of that, but she'll be back from her um, time with her family and herself, and yeah, hopefully she'll share how it was and what happened and how things went for her and what she learned and whatnot. And again, I look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you again. I love you all from my heart to yours. Take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you soon in the next video. Love you all.